For my adaptation of Philip classes 1 and 1, the audience remotes were configured so that gently pressing in on the dial, clicking it, would start their part playing, like so. The number of times each cell had played was visualised on a projector, and each time a beat sounded, this was visualised by a coloured circle emitting from around the cell counter. Turning the dial clockwise would select the 8th note pattern, lighting the remote's LED screen green and changing the colour of the visualisation. Turning the dial anti-clockwise selected the other 16th note pattern and changed the screen and visualisation red. The players of the piece could drop back out by clicking the dial, turning the screen off and greying out their counter. In my adaptation of Terry Riley's in C, the remotes were configured to play a more instrumental role. Clicking on the dial started the part in the ensemble, and each subsequent click advanced their place in the score. This time the counter in the visualisation showed the number of the cell they were playing, so each audience member could gauge their progress through the piece, and each time the cell looped, a wave was emitted from around it. To allow the audience to play crescendi and diminuendi, turning of the dial controlled the volume of the part, using a visual metaphor in the display to make it look like a VU meter. When a player played his part very loudly, the waves emitted from around the counter turned red and moved fast, and then as they played more softly, turned orange and then green. If a player kept turning this knob counterclockwise, then eventually they would drop out completely, displaying an X to show that they'd stopped and greying out their visualisation. Turning the knob clockwise again allowed a player to join back in, possibly at a new phase against the other people that are playing, creating new polyrhythms.